Hello, I have to edit most of this shit out, but hello, everybody. It's just me, Bodie, and it's been what 3 weeks since I've been off of Instagram, and I just feel normal. I can't really explain it any other way. I think yesterday I was like, oh, yeah, I I just feel fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm no longer tweaking out, no longer going crazy. No more withdrawals. I kind of don't want to be back on Instagram. I'm gonna have to, cause to promote my shit or just to I do need to use Instagram. But I'm just feeling fine now. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling great. How are you? How are you? I'm feeling good. Feeling great. How are you? How are you? Um, but yeah, I don't know much of this update. I don't know what else to say. You know what I'm saying? I can't say though is that the days have been feeling longer, and it's kind of a good way that it does. And because I think people have been saying, "Oh my goodness, why has time moved so much faster recently?" I don't know time moving this fast. There could be a lot of reasons for that, but I think it's also because of we get so sucked up in our phones that we just waste like an hour away. And people can be like, no, I don't know if it's really that. It really is that. Because I feel like I've been appreciating the days more ever since I've been off of social media. You know what I'm saying? Since I'm just processing more. I'm not being distracted by a device and just scrolling. I'm appreciating. And that's the thing I was saying the first week. I'm just appreciating more things and reverberating that now. I'm living in the moment and I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking more. I'm thinking more critically. I'm thinking more for myself. And actually, there is something that did happen during these 3 weeks. I don't know if the video's gonna upload by the time this video uploads. I don't know, but that's why I was looking around because I want to get this book for you. Also, I can see by the location. I'm back at school. So, hello. Yeah. Remember this? Anyways, I ran into an issue because I did this so spontaneously that I didn't think of what to do without my phone. Didn't realize how much my phone takes advantage of my life, and that I need to fill that void with something now because else I'll go insane. And so I've been trying to read more because that's something I want to focus on because I'm not really a reader, but I want to read more. And I got this book. Thus spoke Zarathustra or Thruster. I don't know how to say it, but thus spoke this bitch. And I'm reading it. There's some parts to where I thought were cool in this book. I underlined a lot of shit. What have I underlined? I'm just reading it. What I've underlined here. The creator self created for its self-esteem and disesteem. It created for itself joy and sorrow. The creative body. I don't know. All I'm gonna say is that I kind of ended up hating this book. The more I read it. There's some parts where I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But I don't know if I like Zarathustra or Zarathustra or however you fucking say his name. I don't know if I like him. And I don't know if Nietzsche is trying to portray himself as this character. But if he is, then I hate Nietzsche too. Because he just he's basically this wise person who has secluded himself in the mountains and is coming down from the mountains to tell everybody in the village his wisdom, right? I can agree with some of his wisdom. Like I said, there's a lot of parts where I've underlined this book that I agree with. But what made me stop reading was kind of this portion of the book. Where was it? Here. So this is part of the book. It's near the beginning of the book. It says of friendship. And this is very what Zarathustra is talking about. What he just feels about the world. What his revelations, you know what I'm saying? And he goes on friendship, and I agree with some of it, you know what I'm saying? If you want a friend, you must also be willing to wage war for him. And to wage war, must be capable of being an enemy. And I think that's just nice, right? But then we get over here, and maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but I don't know how. I don't know. I'll just read it. In woman, a slave and a tyrant have all too long been concealed. For that reason, woman is not yet capable of friendship. She knows only love. And I get it. This book was written like 1880s, like the 1800s, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be hella outdated, but it's just more. I think that's like the start of the book that came us back, because this whole book is just like, oh, look how great I am. This is how I view reality. And if you don't view reality like this, then you're a slave. Then you're a simpleton. Then you're, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. It's like the way he labels people and the way he labels things, and that like he calls people slaves. And I mean, I get it. I mean, I think this is very revolutionary for the time period, or maybe it's because we have a very loose framework, or maybe I have a very loose framework about the 1800s were. But I can see how this was very quote-unquote revolutionary for him, going against like the church, and you know, just talking about like self-righteousness, self-love, and being committed to yourself, and wisdom. I don't know. It just seems like he's just sucking his own dick. And that part was kind of the tipping point. I was like, you know what? I think I'm done. And I was going through it, and I was like, I want to keep reading it to understand his opinion, but I'm just like, I just want you to shut the fuck up. Honestly. And I have that choice to do so, and I will do that choice. Maybe I'm going to look back in this book years later and be like, oh, maybe I should give it a second chance. But I don't know. More of the story, I've been trying to occupy my space with something productive, and I am actually glad that I read this book. I think a lot of people should read this book to get the same revelations I'm getting of like, this guy is stupid. Some of the things he says is right, but it's like a broken clock. It's right at least twice a day, you know what I'm saying? And but like I said, it's probably revolutionary for the time period. Maybe not anymore, but I do still recommend reading that book. But now I'm gonna get on something else. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. But I'm not enjoying that. But that's what I've been doing besides getting on my phone. Is just trying to learn more, especially with philosophy. I think I'm at this point in my life, my 20s, where I'm a very confused person trying to look for a purpose. I think philosophy, I want to gain knowledge. See what other people have coped with the struggle of existence. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm kind of gearing towards philosophy right now. But maybe philosophy is a bitch, and you got a lot of people who are sucking their own dicks and hiring their own supply, and who think they're this, they're that, but they're nothing but a big bumbling bat. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel good. I actually feel great. I feel amazing. I feel like myself again. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I feel great being off of social media. I know I'm gonna definitely need to return to it for certain reasons, but week 3, I feel normal. I'm stupidly normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fucking SpongeBob at that one episode. I'm stupidly like normal like that. I am normal. That's me. You know, I'm gaining my self-thinking, self-criticizing, or being critiqued, or like I'm thinking for myself. You know, and I think that's really something that we've lost, being on social media, is thinking for yourself. And I feel like I'm more understanding myself, and I feel great. That's all I can really say, is that I'm doing better. I'm thinking more productively, and I'm really glad that I did this. You know what I'm saying? I'm appreciating the year more. The days have more meaning to me now. And that's all I could really say. Thank you for tuning into this update. I wish I had more to say other than that, but really I just feel superbly normal. I've been trying to read more. Oh, well, I also said, last update, I said January 30th I was going to the DMV. I lied because I didn't book an appointment. I figured you gotta book appointments a month in advance. I'm doing that shit at the end of February 28th. And so that's when it's happening. I need to get back on studying for that, but it's school season now. But I'm not gonna let that draw away from trying to get this One of my goals is to know how to drive for this year. I almost forgot. Know how to drive. Or at least pass that test. You know what I'm saying? So, gotta get back on that, but it's February 28th now. So I got more time to study. But yeah, that's all I gotta say for this episode. I'm sorry. Big takeaway from this video, I'm feeling normal. Bye.